press the bell icon on the YouTube app and never miss another update.
Hello students, welcome back to the video classes. Today let us move on to the part 54 of some basic principles and techniques. In the previous class we discussed about resonance effect or the mesomeric effect, types of resonance effect or the mesomeric effects, and also the groups which exerts the negative mesomeric effect and the positive mesomeric effect. So today let us move on to applications of resonance effect or the mesomeric effect. So let us move on to applications of resonance effect, mesomeric effect or the resonance effect. Applications. So what is the consequence of this resonance effect or the mesomeric effect, and where it is useful, mesomeric effect or the resonance effect? In the last class only I said, so they are used, or the resonance effect or the mesomeric effect is mainly used in order to determine the reaction mechanism of benzene and its derivatives. So as I said, benzene and its derivatives mainly undergo electrophilic substitution reaction. So which means to say, one of the hydrogen atoms of benzene is replaced by an electrophile. So that reaction is called electrophilic substitution reactions. Now, the why benzene and its derivatives undergo only electrophilic substitution, that also I have given a reason, that the electrons, pi electrons present in benzene are highly delocalized pi electrons and they are more exposed on the benzene ring. Therefore, it develops partial negative charge on the benzene ring and definitely electron deficient attacking reagent or electron deficient reaction intermediate attacks on the benzene ring. Electron deficient intermediate means it is nothing but an electrophile. Therefore, the benzene and its derivatives mainly undergo electrophilic substitution reactions. Example we can give halogenation, in which mainly the chlorination, bromination and again nitration, sulfonation, Friedel-Crafts alkylation, Friedel-Crafts acylation. So these are the 5 important electrophilic substitution reactions given by benzene and its derivatives. The types of electrophilic substitution reactions that you come under the unit hydrocarbons. You are going to study about these types of electrophilic substitution reactions in hydrocarbons unit. So today let us move on to how it helps in determining the reaction mechanism in the electrophilic substitution reactions of benzene. So let me give the example here. So this is benzene, you know that, benzene, and here is one hydrogen. So all these carbon atoms is attached to one hydrogen. Here this is attacked by an electrophile, so that this electrophile is replaced, this hydrogen is replaced by this electrophile. Then you will get electrophilic substituted benzene. Electrophilic substituted benzene. Since it gets substituted by one hydrogen, it is called monosubstituted benzene. Monosubstituted benzene. So again, when this monosubstituted benzene, if it again undergoes electrophilic substitution, once again it again undergoes substitution, then you will get disubstituted benzene. So let me give this as E1 plus first electrophile, and you will get monosubstituted benzene. Again, if it undergoes second electrophilic substitution by E2. So E2 is the second electrophile which attacks on the benzene. Now, where this E2 attacks? So here on monosubstituted benzene, we have 5 places: ortho, meta, para, and again this is also meta, this is also ortho. So it means to say E2 can attack at ortho position, it can attack at ortho position, or it can attack at meta position, or it can attack at para position. So where it gets substituted, where the E2 is gets substituted, is it to adjacent to even, or is it to alternate to even, or is it to opposite to even? That is decided by even. That is decided by even. So the E2 is gets substituted either to ortho, meta, para, and that is directed by even. The substituent group which is already present on the benzene ring directs the incoming electrophile either to ortho position or to meta position or to para position. Andre second electrophile ಎಲ್ಲಿ substitute ಆಗಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಡಿಸೈಡ್ ಮಾಡೋದು E1. This E1 directs the E2 on the benzene ring, and hence the substituent group which is already present on the benzene ring is called directing group. What it is called? Directing group. So this is called directing group because it directs the incoming second substituent group on the benzene ring during disubstitution. Where it gets substituted, that is decided by even, and hence it is called directing group. And this directing group, depending on its nature, directs the second electrophile either to ortho position or to the meta position or to the para position. Let us consider how it directs the incoming electrophile on the benzene ring. So under first condition, if E1 is considered, this is E1, the first substituent which is already present on the benzene ring. So this is E1, okay, mono substituted benzene, correct? And this E1 is exerting minus M effect. So if E1 is exerting negative mesomeric effect or the negative resonance effect. So when the group, if it exerts negative mesomeric effect, we can easily consider the nature of, or we can easily identify the nature of the group with minus M effect, where the key atom is bonded to more electronegative atom through a multiple bond. So such type of groups exerts negative mesomeric effect, or you can say they are electron withdrawing groups, because whenever the group with minus M effect is attached to the benzene ring, then the displacement of the pi electron takes place towards the group or away from the conjugated system. It always displaces towards the group and away from the benzene ring. Benzene ring here is a conjugated system, and thereby the group is called electron withdrawing because it takes the electron, pi electron, from the conjugated system called benzene. And if E1 is with minus M effect, negative mesomeric effect, so in the previous examples I have given, it exerts positive charges at ortho and para position. So the group with minus M effect is electron withdrawing group. It takes the pi electrons from the conjugated system, that is benzene, and thereby it acts as electron withdrawing group, and at the same time it develops positive charges at ortho and para positions. And you know that what is the meaning of exerting positive charge? This indicates that electron density is less at ortho and para position, and here is a meta position. On meta position there is no positive or the negative charge, so thereby electron density remains same on the meta position, but in ortho and para positions, due to the development of positive charge, it indicates that electron density is less at ortho and para position. So again, when a group with minus M effect or the electron withdrawing group is present on the benzene ring, it decreases the electron density on the benzene ring because it develops positive charge. Benzene ring ಮೇಲೆ positive charge develop ಆಗಿದೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ meaning ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, electron density benzene ring ಮೇಲೆ ಏನಾಗಿದೆ, decrease ಆಗಿದೆ. So when the electron density is less on the benzene ring, it does not facilitates the electrophilic substitution reaction. ಅಲ್ಲಿಗೆ the reactivity of the benzene ring towards electrophilic substitution decreases compared to that in a first position. ಈಗ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರೋಫಿಲಿಕ್ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಈಸಿಯಾಗಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಬಟ್ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರೋಫಿಲಿಕ್ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ದ ರೇಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಡಿಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ದ ರೀಸನ್ ಈಸ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಡೆನ್ಸಿಟಿ ಆನ್ ದ ಬೆನ್ಸಿನ್ ರಿಂಗ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಹಿಯರ್ ಟು ಹಿಯರ್ ಡಿಕ್ರೀಸಸ್. ಇಲ್ಲಿಗಿಂತ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಡೆನ್ಸಿಟಿ ಏನಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ, ಡಿಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. Therefore, the reactivity of the benzene ring towards electrophilic substitution decreases because of the presence of negative group with negative mesomeric effect. Because it is an electron withdrawing group, it decreases the electron density on the benzene ring. Now, when this type of substituted benzene, when it undergoes second electrophilic substitution, now where this second electrophile attacks, it always attacks at the electron rich site on the benzene ring. It cannot attack at the ortho and para position because both are positively charged. They repel with each other and the electron density at ortho and para positions are less. Therefore, where the electron density is more, definitely at meta position comparatively electron density is more. Therefore, it attacks at the meta position, and what you'll get meta disubstituted benzene. So here is E2 and here it is E1, and this is meta disubstituted benzene. Then what is then E1 called? E1 is nothing but E1 is exerting negative mesomeric effect or the negative resonance effect, and it is a meta directing group. The group which is already present on the benzene ring, if it exerts negative mesomeric effect or the negative resonance effect, then it directs the incoming group to the meta position, and hence it is called meta directing group. And this group is also called deactivating group. Why it is called deactivating group? It is called deactivating and it is called meta directing. Why it is called deactivating group? Because of the presence of this group with negative mesomeric effect, as it is electron withdrawing, it decreases the electron density on the benzene ring, thereby it decreases the reactivity of this benzene ring towards second electrophilic substitution reaction. Hence it is called deactivating group. It is deactivating group. Okay, so the group with minus M effect or the group with the negative resonance effect, if it is present on the benzene ring, it directs the incoming second electrophile to the meta position. Hence the group with minus M effect or the minus R effect is called deactivating group, or it is called meta directing group. Now let us move on to the next one. If a group with a positive mesomeric effect or the positive resonance effect, if it is present, then so the second one is, so here is benzene ring which is already substituted with E1. Let this group is with the positive mesomeric effect or the positive resonance effect. Then if a group is with the positive mesomeric effect where the key atom containing at least one lone pair of electrons, that is the identification of the group with positive mesomeric effect or the positive resonance effect. When the group with plus M effect is attached to the benzene ring, then the complete displacement of the lone pair of electron takes place from group to the benzene ring. So this is the direction. It is towards the pi conjugated system of benzene. So it is towards the benzene ring, therefore electron density increases. Due to the presence of group with minus M effect, the electron density on the benzene ring increases, and this group is electron releasing group. So the group with plus M effect is nothing but electron releasing group, because it increases the electron density, whereby it gives the electron to the pi conjugated system. Now, whenever group with plus M effect is present, it develops negative charges at ortho and para position. Again, no charge on the meta position. What the negative charge indicates? Negative charge itself indicates they are electron rich sites, correct? So thereby it increases the electron density. Now, when a second electrophile is attacks on the benzene, where it attacks? Where the electron density is more. Where it is more? At ortho and para position. Therefore, the second incoming electrophile attacks at ortho and para positions, and you will get a mixture of ortho disubstituted product and para disubstituted product. You will get ortho disubstituted product and para disubstituted product. Ortho and para disubstituted products. Now, you will get a mixture of these two. Ortho disubstituted products and para disubstituted products. Then what is E1 called? E1 is nothing but ortho and para directing group. Which is ortho and para directing group? If it exerts positive mesomeric effect or the positive resonance effect. And at the same time, the group with positive mesomeric effect and positive resonance effect is also called activating group. Activating group, because it increases the electron density on the benzene ring, and thereby it facilitates the electrophilic substitution reactions of benzene. Hence it is called activating group. Okay, so the group with the plus M effect or the plus R effect are ortho and para directing group, and they are activating group, and they are called electron releasing groups. They increases the electron density on the benzene ring, and thereby they facilitate the second electrophilic substitution of benzene and its derivatives. Whereas the groups with minus M effect or the minus R effect are deactivating groups, and they are meta directing groups, because they develops positive charges at ortho and para positions, and thereby they decreases the electron density on the benzene ring, and thus they do not facilitate the electrophilic substitution reactions. So this is about the applications of mesomeric effect or the resonance effect. So let me give one or two examples for this. Note down all these points. Let us move on to the examples. So in the examples, let me give, this is chlorobenzene. Once again it is attacked by chloronium ion. Chloronium ion, it is a second electrophile, or you can take NO2 plus. This is nitronium ion. Nitronium ion. It is a second electrophile. So this is the second electrophile, and the first electrophile is already present on benzene ring, and first again it undergoes second electrophilic substitution, chlorobenzene. Now look at the nature of chlorine. It is halogen which containing lone pair of electron. Chlorine itself is a K atom. As it containing lone pair of electron, it exerts positive mesomeric effect, or you can say positive resonance effect. Mainly you can say it is positive mesomeric effect as it involves the interaction between lone pair and the pi bond, correct? So it exerts positive mesomeric effect, therefore it directs the incoming second electrophile to ortho and para position. So it directs the incoming electrophile to ortho and para position. Then what is the product here? So this is the product, ortho disubstituted product and para disubstituted product. What you get? Ortho nitrochlorobenzene, or you can say 1-chloro 2-nitrobenzene, 1-chloro 4-nitrobenzene, 1-chloro 2-nitrobenzene or 1-chloro 4-nitrobenzene. You will get a mixture of ortho and para products. Then you can say that the chlorine, group chlorine is ortho and para directing. Why they are ortho and para directing? Because it exerts positive mesomeric effect. Secondly, it is an activating group. Activating group. Okay. Now, let me give one more example here. If I have, say here NO2, nitrobenzene, when it is attacked by an bromonium ion. Bromonium ion is the second electrophile. When it attacks on the nitrobenzene, the product depends on the nitro group, the group which is already present on the benzene ring, not on this group. It depends on this group. What is the nature of this group? Let me write the structure here. So this is the structure of nitro group, as the key atom is bonded to more electronegative atom through a multiple bond. You know that it exerts negative mesomeric effect. When it exerts negative mesomeric effect, it develops positive charges in ortho and para position. Therefore, meta position. So, the electrophile attacks at the meta position where the electron density is more. Then you will get a meta disubstituted product. So, this is meta disubstituted product. So, meta disubstituted product. What is the name? The name is 1, 2, 3. 1 bromo, 3 nitrobenzene, because we need to arrange them in alphabetical order. 1 bromo, 3 nitrobenzene. Then the nitronium ion, the nitro group which is already present on the benzene ring, is meta directing and it is deactivating. Meta directing and it is deactivating group. It is deactivating group because nitro group exerts negative mesomeric effect. Since it is a group with minus M effect, it directs the incoming group to the meta position and hence it is a meta directing group and it is a deactivating group. So this is about the applications of mesomeric effect and the resonance effect. Okay. Now let us move on to the third electronic effects. It's nothing but electromeric effect. Let's move on to the electromeric effect. So third one, electromeric effect. Electromeric effect. For that, let me give the unsaturated system, unsaturated compound. Why it is unsaturated compound? You know that, which containing a double bond. Therefore, it is a unsaturated compound. Correct? There is a double bond between the carbon atoms. When it is attacked by an electrophile, what happens? E plus is an electrophile. When an electrophile approaches unsaturated compound, here is a pi bond and one is a sigma bond. So the pi bond displaces on one of the bonded atoms. It displaces on one of the bonded atoms. So either on this carbon or on this carbon, because the displacement takes place if there is a difference in the electronegativity of the bonded atoms. Definitely it displaces on the more electronegative atom. But here the double bond is between the two carbon atoms. Since their electronegativity value is same, it can displace on either of the bonded atoms. So under the influence of this electrophile, this pi bond displaces on this carbon. When it completely displaces on this carbon atom gets the negative charge and this gets the positive charge. Then the negatively charged carbon attack the electrophile. So this what happens during a reaction mechanism. So whenever electrophile approaches the unsaturated compound, the complete displacement of the pi electron takes place on one of the bonded atoms. So the negatively charged carbon now it attacks an electrophile, then what you get? You'll get electrophile here which neutralizes and you will get a cation. After the attack of electrophile on an unsaturated compound, the resulting ion is a cation. Once again it is attacked by a nucleophile and you will get a neutral stable product. Further it is attacked by a nucleophile and you will get a stable product. So again it develops polarity on the molecule, and this polarity is due to the complete displacement of the pi electron. Where the complete displacement of the pi electron takes place? It takes place in a unsaturated compound. So where there is a double and a triple bond, the complete displacement of the pi electron takes place on one of the bonded atoms, and thereby it develops polarity on the molecule. And this happens only when there is an attacking reagent. So if you remove this attacking reagent, what happens? If you remove this attacking reagent from the reaction mixture, the displaced pi electrons again return back to the original position. Once you remove the electrophile, the attacking reagent from the reaction mixture, the displaced pi electron occupies the original position. It occupies the original position means between the two carbon atoms. It occupies the original position and the original condition of the molecule is restored. Once the attacking reagent is removed from the reaction mixture, the displaced pi electron occupies the original position and original condition of the molecule is restored. It means to say the displacement of the pi electron takes place only under the influence of attacking reagent. The displacement takes place only under the influence of attacking reagent. Once we remove the attacking reagent, this electronic effect stops because it restores the original condition of the molecule. The displaced pi electron occupies the original position. Therefore, this effect is a temporary effect. It is a temporary effect. Remember, inductive effect and the mesomeric effects does not involve the attacking reagent. They do not require attacking reagent. They themselves undergoes the displacement there due to the difference in the electronegativity or due to the conjugated system. But electromeric effect is a temporary effect. Inductive effect and mesomeric effects are permanent effects, because here the attacking reagent is required for the displacement of the pi electron. So then how to define electromeric effect? The polarity produced in a molecule due to the complete displacement of pi electrons of an unsaturated compound to one of the bonded atoms, in the presence of an attacking reagent, that you have to write, in the presence of an attacking reagent. That is very, very important, and this phenomenon is called electromeric effect. The polarity produced in a molecule due to the complete displacement of the pi electron of an unsaturated compound to one of the bonded atoms, in the presence of an attacking reagent is called electromeric effect. So depending on the nature of attacking reagent, so you will get either cation or the anion. So I will give one more here. Let me take the same example. Here is a pi bond. If it is attacked by a nucleophile, so this is an attacking reagent now. So nucleophile is an attacking reagent now. If this is the case, here also the displacement takes place on one of the bonded atoms, but this nucleophile attacks the positive center, electron deficient center, and thereby you will get nucleophile attacks here, and here is a negative charge, anion. So anion. Now this effect is called positive electromeric effect, and this effect is called negative electromeric effect. These are the two types of electromeric effects, positive electromeric effect and the negative electromeric effect. If an attacking reagent is electrophile, and there will get positive electromeric effect. If a nucleophile is an attacking reagent, if it approaches the unsaturated system, then they exert negative electromeric effect. Positive electromeric effect results in the formation of cations, whereas negative electromeric effect results in the formation of anion. Clear? So in case of positive electromeric effect, look at here, pi electron displaces on the carbon, the same carbon attacks the attacking reagent, which means to say the displacement of the pi electron takes place towards the attacking reagent, or the displacement of the pi electron takes place on that bonded carbon to which the attacking reagent is get bonded. ಯಾವ ಬಾಂಡೆಡ್ ಆಟಮಿಗೆ ಅಟ್ಯಾಕಿಂಗ್ ರಿಯೇಜೆಂಟ್ ಬಾಂಡ್ ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತೋ ಅದೇ ಬಾಂಡೆಡ್ ಆಟಮಿಗೆ pi electron ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಡಿಸ್ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಆರ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಆಲ್ವೇಸ್ ಡಿಸ್ಪ್ಲೇಸಸ್ ಟುವರ್ಡ್ಸ್ ದ ಅಟ್ಯಾಕಿಂಗ್ ಸೈಟ್ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಬಾಂಡ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೋ ಅಲ್ಲಿಗೆ pi electron ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಡಿಸ್ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಇನ್ ದಿಸ್ ಕೇಸ್ ದ ಡಿಸ್ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ಮೆಂಟ್, ದ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಡಿಸ್ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ದ pi electron of unsaturated compound takes place to that bonded atom where the attacking reagent is get bonded, whereas in case of negative electromeric effect, the displacement of the pi electron takes place on that bonded atom to which the attacking reagent is not get bonded. See here, pi electron displaces on this carbon, but the attacking reagent gets bonded to this carbon. So it means to say the displacement of the pi electron takes place away from the attacking site, and here it is towards the attacking site, and it is away from the attacking site. So these are the two types of electromeric effects, that is positive electromeric effect and the negative electromeric effect. So let me give the example now for this. Let me go with the examples. Consider molecule that is ethene molecule, CH2 double bond CH2, when it is attacked by a H plus proton, it is an electrophile. And consider, so this is formaldehyde. There is an unsaturated system between carbon and oxygen, and you know that oxygen is more electronegative, and if it is attacked by Cn minus, that is cyanide ion, and it is a nucleophile. Now how the electromagnetic effect takes place? Here this bond shifts here or on this to any of the atoms, it can displace. This becomes negatively charged and you will get a positively charged carbon, and it attacks the electrophile. So remember, in electromagnetic effect, the displacement of the pi electron is always denoted by using curved arrow. Okay, curved arrow. Then what you get? CH2, CH3 plus, that is ethyl carbocation. So one hydrogen gets added to CH2, it becomes CH3, it neutralizes the negative charge here. Then what type of electromagnetic effect here? Positive electromagnetic effect, because the attacking reagent is an electrophile. Now the cyanide ion is a nucleophile. Here the pi electron displaces only on the oxygen. Here there is no chance to any of the bonded atoms. It is to that atom which is more electronegative. Thereby the negative charge is on oxygen and positive charge is on carbon, and this nucleophile attacks the positively charged carbon, and what you get? C, H and Cn, and oxygen gets the negative charge. So this is exerting negative electromagnetic effect. So these are the two types of electromagnetic effect: positive electromagnetic effect and the negative electromagnetic effect. And one more important in electromagnetic effect is whatever the electrons involved in a displacement. So these electrons are involved in a displacement. Whatever the electrons involved in a displacement, they leave the original orbital and they occupy the new orbital. Here the pi electron, ಇಲ್ಲಿ displace ಆಗಿರೋದು pi electrons. ಈ pi electrons ಇವೆರಡು ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಆಕ್ಯುಪೈ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. The pi electrons belongs to the orbitals of two carbon atoms. Two carbon atoms in atomic orbitals ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. But after the displacement, ಎರಡು ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಡಿಸ್ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಆದಾಗ they occupy the orbital of hydrogen. ಇಲ್ಲಿ sp2 hybridized orbital ಇರುವಂತ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ 1s orbital ನ ಆಕ್ಯುಪೈ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತೆ. 1s orbital belongs to hydrogen. It is empty. Correct? 1s orbital empty ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್, ಎರಡು ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಯಾವುದರಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ? sp2 hybridized orbital of carbon ಅಲ್ಲಿ or unhybridized orbital of carbon. ಅವೆರಡು sideways overlapping in the pi bond formation ಮಾಡಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಅವೆರಡು ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ that occupies the s orbital. ಇಲ್ಲಿ 2pz orbital ಇಂದ ಎದಕ್ಕೆ ಬರುತ್ತೆ? 1s orbital ನ ಆಕ್ಯುಪೈ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತೆ. So electrons involved, the displaced electrons occupy the new orbital, but in case of inductive effect, they do not leave the original orbital. So inductive effect ಆಗಿರಬಹುದು ಅಥವಾ mesomeric effect ಆಗಿರಬಹುದು, displaced electron always retains in the same atomic orbital. They do not leave the original orbital, but in case of electromagnetic effect, they occupies the new orbital. See here also, when the displacement takes place on the oxygen, it leaves the orbital of oxygen and it occupies the new orbital. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಮತ್ತೆ ಒಂದು electrophile attack ಆಯಿತು ಅಂದರೆ again these electrons occupies the new orbital. So this is the one important point in electromagnetic effect, and it is a temporary effect. It involves a displacement of pi electron. The complete pi electron displacement takes place. Therefore it also develops complete charges or the complete polarity, or it also develops unit charges, complete charges, as in case of mesomeric effect or the resonance effect. And this is about the electromagnetic effect and types of electromeric effect. Okay, now let us move on to the last one, that is hyperconjugation effect. You can come across this electromeric effect during the properties of alkenes, alkynes, and during the chemical properties of reaction mechanism involved in the chemical properties of aldehydes and ketones, and even you can come across this electromeric effect during the substitution reactions of benzene. So, where we can observe this electromeric effect. Now, let us move on to the last one, it is hyperconjugation effect. Hyperconjugation effect. So, let us consider ethene molecule. So, this is ethene molecule. Now, when in this ethene molecule, if one of the hydrogen atom, if it is replaced by methyl group. So, I have given this is a methyl group which gets bonded to ethene by replacing one of the hydrogen atoms. Now, what about this bond, this carbon functional group, this carbon containing functional group, and the carbon which is adjacent to the functional group is called alpha carbon, and the CH bonds are called alpha CH bonds. How many alpha CH bonds are there? 1, 2 and 3. There are 3 alpha CH bonds are there in methyl group. Correct? When methyl group is attached to the ethene molecule, so this carbon becomes alpha. Correct? And these hydrogen atoms are nothing but alpha hydrogen atoms because they are adjacent to the functional group, and there are 3 alpha CH bonds are there. Now, here is a pi bond, this is a pi bond, and this is a sigma bond. Correct? Under the influence of this pi bond, what happens? The sigma electrons of alpha CH bond is delocalized between these 2 carbon atoms. So, the delocalization of sigma electrons, bonded sigma electrons of alpha CH bonds takes place in a unsaturated compound, that is where there is a double bond. So, it takes place towards the unsaturated system or towards the unshared p orbital, or you can say empty p orbital if it is present, there also it displaces. So, the delocalization of the bonded pair of sigma electrons of alpha CH bonds takes place towards the unsaturated system. Unsaturated means which containing carbon to carbon double bond, and the simultaneous displacement of the pi bond takes place on the bonded atom because this carbon becomes pentavalent. In order to satisfy the tetravalency, this pi bond displaces on this. Now you can write the structure like this. This hydrogen gets the positive charge because loss of electron takes place to this hydrogen, not to carbon. So, here you will get hydrogen double bond and a CH single bond, CH2 negative charge. See here, the positive and the negative charges develops on the molecule because of the delocalization of the bonded pair of sigma electrons of alpha CH bonds takes place here, and it develops the polarity. Now, look at the structures, this structure and this structure. These two are same, but they differ only in the position of bond or the pair of electrons. They are also called resonance structures, but here particularly they are called hyperconjugative structures. Hyperconjugative structures, and they are also denoted by using double-headed arrow. Now, what is the difference between resonance structures and the hyperconjugative structures? In resonance structures, there is an interaction takes place between pi bond and a pi bond and a lone pair of electron. There is a conjugation between pi bond and pi bond and a lone pair of electron. But here the conjugation is between sigma electron and the pi electron. See here, once the delocalization of the sigma electron takes place, simultaneous displacement of the pi bond takes place, and thereby sigma electrons are involved in a conjugation with the pi bond. So once a sigma electron delocalize ಆಯಿತು ಅಂದರೆ that involves in a conjugation with the pi bond. See here, double bond, single bond and a charge. ಅಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಕಾಂಜುಗೇಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸಿಗ್ಮಾ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಇನ್ವಾಲ್ವ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ವಿತ್ ಎ ಪೈ ಬಾಂಡ್. ಹಿಯರ್ ಈಸ್ ಎ ಕಾಂಜುಗೇಷನ್ ಬಿಟ್ವೀನ್ sigma electron and a pi bond. So this is a special type of conjugation. This happens only because of the delocalization of sigma electrons of a alpha CH bond. Clear? So this, therefore these structures are called hyperconjugative structures. Hyperconjugative structures. So number of structures depends on number of alpha CH bonds. Ide sigma electron displace agbeku antilla. This sigma electron may also undergo displacement. Now you can write one more structure here. So one more structure you can write here. See here, double bond CH, CH2 minus, and one more structure you can write. So how many structures you can write here? You can write 3 structures. Why you can write 3 more structures for a molecule? Because there are 3 alpha CH bonds are there. So what is the condition? The condition is that whenever an alkyl group containing alpha CH bond is attached to the unsaturated compound which containing a double bond, or to the empty p orbital, then the delocalization of the sigma electron takes place. So idu methyl group alkenes ಗೆ ಅಟ್ಯಾಚ್ ಆದಾಗ, alkenes ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅಟ್ಯಾಚ್ ಆದಾಗ, double bonded carbon ಗೆ ಅಟ್ಯಾಚ್ ಆದಾಗ, it releases its sigma electrons. Then you can say alkyl groups. This is an alkyl group, correct? Alkyl groups are electron releasing group. That is the consequence of hyperconjugation effect. It tells about electron releasing tendency of alkyl group. Whenever alkyl group is attached to the double bonded carbon, the delocalization of bonded pair of sigma electron takes place. Bonded pair of sigma electrons of alpha CH bond takes place towards the unsaturated system or towards the double bonded carbon, and thereby simultaneous displacement of the pi electron takes place, and so that sigma electron involved in a conjugation with the pi bond, and that is very very important. So this type of delocalization of sigma electron which takes place when it is directly bonded to a double bonded carbon. When it is directly bonded to a double bonded carbon, not only to the double bonded carbon, if it is attached to the unshared p orbital or the vacant p orbital. Vacant p orbital ಎಲ್ಲಿರುತ್ತೆ? ಕಾರ್ಬೋಕ್ಯಾಟಯಾನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿರುತ್ತೆ, ಫ್ರೀ ರ್ಯಾಡಿಕಲ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಜೊತೆಗೆ unshared p orbital ಎಲ್ಲಿರುತ್ತೆ? It is present in the carbon ion. There also it delocalizes the sigma electrons of alpha CH bonds. Thereby you can say alkyl groups are electron releasing groups. So now stability of carbocation, stability of carbon ion ಹೇಳಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಆ methyl groups ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಹೋದಾಗೂ ಆ ಸ್ಟೆಬಿಲಿಟಿನ ನಾವು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತೀವಿ. ಆ ಮಿಥೈಲ್ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ರಿಲೀಸಿಂಗ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಇನ್ ದಾಟ್ ವೇ ದೇ ಆಕ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಆಸ್ ಅನ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ರಿಲೀಸಿಂಗ್. ನೌ ಒನ್ ಮೋರ್ ಮಿಥೈಲ್ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಇಫ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಅಟ್ಯಾಚ್ಡ್ ಹಿಯರ್. So instead of one methyl group, if one more methyl group if it is attached to the conjugated system, so remove both the electrons here, both the hydrogen atoms. So you replace both the hydrogen atoms by a methyl group here. See here, 2 methyl groups, double bond, and CH2. So I attach two methyl groups. No doubt this is also alpha, this is also alpha. Then how many alpha CH bonds? 6 alpha CH bonds. So whenever 3 alpha CH bonds are there, we can write 3 structures. Whenever 6 alpha CH bonds are there, then we can write 6 hyperconjugative structures. So as the number of hyperconjugative structures goes on increases, stability also increases. Stability of the alkene also increases. Then you can say this is substituted, this is more substituted. Then you can say more substituted alkenes are more stable than the less substituted alkenes ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದೇ methyl group ಅಟ್ಯಾಚ್ ಆಗಿದೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಎರಡು methyl group ಅಟ್ಯಾಚ್ ಆದಾಗ this becomes more substituted, this is more stable than this, because for this we can write 6 hyperconjugative structures. As the number of hyperconjugative structures goes on increases, stability also increases. Now let me give it in an orbital picture. See here, this is hydrogen, so here it is hydrogen and one more hydrogen. This is attached to the double bonded carbon directly. So I am giving it in solid and dashed wedge, correct? And here is pi bond formation is because of the unhybridized pz orbital of the two carbon atoms. They undergo sideways overlapping, and that results in the formation of a pi bond here. Now here is an unsaturated system, and here is a orbital, that is this bond is a alpha CH bond. This is a bond between sp3 hybridized carbon and the 1s orbital of the hydrogen. Now this gives electron to this. Now I will write this also in a orbital. So hybridized orbital it is. This is a hybridized orbital, and this is hydrogen. Now it gives electron to the double bonded carbon. So this displaces or complete delocalization of sigma electrons of alpha CH bond takes place towards the double bonded carbon, and the simultaneous displacement of the pi electron takes place, and this is the orbital picture. Now the same thing happens in case of, consider CH3 plus methyl carbocation. This is less stable. I'll give why it is less stable. So now remove one hydrogen and replace it by a methyl group. So one of the hydrogen atoms of methyl carbocation is replaced by methyl group. Now this is functional carbon and this is alpha, and 3 alpha CH bonds are here, and let me write the orbital picture of this ethyl carbocation. So this is solid wedge, dashed wedge, and this is sp3 hybridized orbital, that is overlapping of sp3 hybrid orbital and the s orbital forms a alpha CH bond, and here is a sigma electron, and this is bonded to the hydrogen, and this is one more hydrogen. Since it is a positively charged carbon, as you know that it undergoes sp2 hybridization. In a carbocation, the carbon undergoes sp2 hybridization, and it is left with one vacant p orbital. This is vacant p orbital. Now whenever alkyl group is attached to the carbocation or the free radical, where the carbocation containing vacant p orbital, where the free radical containing p orbital which is unhybridized but containing only one electron, or else it can also bonded to the carbon ion, where the p orbital, the sp3 hybridized orbital containing a pair of electron, but they are unshared. Unshared electrons are there because they are not involved in bond formation. So in that way, let me consider this is a carbocation which containing vacant p orbital. When it is bonded to alkyl group, say methyl group, what happens? This sigma electron gets delocalizes to the vacant p orbital. p orbital vacant ಇತ್ತು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಈಸಿಯಾಗಿ ಅದನ್ನ ತಗೊಳುತ್ತೆ. 1 ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಇದೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇದು 1 ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ನ ತಗೊಳುತ್ತೆ. ಬಟ್ p ಆರ್ಬಿಟಲ್ ಅಥವಾ ಹೈಬ್ರಿಡೈಸ್ಡ್ ಆರ್ಬಿಟಲ್ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಫಿಲ್ ಆಗಿತ್ತು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸೊ ಅವಾಗ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ರಿಪಲ್ಷನ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಇನ್ ಕೇಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಅಯಾನ್ ತಗೊಂಡ್ರೆ, ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ತಗೊಂಡ್ರೆ, ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ sp3 hybrid orbital which containing a pair of electron. Already it is electron rich. ಮತ್ತೆ ಸಿಗ್ಮಾ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ ಕೊಡಕ್ ಹೋದಾಗ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ರಿಪಲ್ಷನ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. therefore ಸ್ಟೆಬಿಲಿಟಿ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಡಿಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಡಿಮಿನಿಷ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ, ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಜಾಸ್ತಿನೇ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಅಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಸ್ಟೆಬಿಲಿಟಿ ಡಿಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಅದೇ ಕಾರ್ಬೋಕ್ಯಾಟಯಾನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಮಗೇನಿದೆ, ವೇಕೆಂಟ್ ಪಿ ಆರ್ಬಿಟಲ್ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಡಿಲೋಕಲೈಸೇಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಸಿಗ್ಮಾ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಟುವರ್ಡ್ಸ್ ದ ವೇಕೆಂಟ್ ಪಿ ಆರ್ಬಿಟಲ್ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಇನ್ ಎ ಕಾರ್ಬೋಕ್ಯಾಟಯಾನ್ diminishes the positive charge. ಸೊ ಸಿಗ್ಮಾ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಡಿಲೋಕಲೈಸ್ ಆಗೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಡಿಮಿನಿಷ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸ್ಟೆಬಿಲಿಟಿ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ವಿತ್ 3 alpha CH bonds, it diminishes the positive charge. But if one more hydrogen, if it is replaced by one more methyl group, so for example illi one more methyl group if it is attached here, one more methyl group if it is attached to the cation, that is carbocation, further diminishing of the positive charge takes place. ಏನು ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಡಿಮಿನಿಷ್ ಆಗುತ್ತಲ್ಲ, ಅದು ಮತ್ತೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಡಿಮಿನಿಷ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಅಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಸ್ಟೆಬಿಲಿಟಿ ಗೋಸ್ ಆನ್ ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸಸ್. ಆಸ್ ದ ನಂಬರ್ ಆಫ್ methyl groups goes on increases, the diminishing of the positive charge also increases, stability also increases. So this is the consequence of hyperconjugation effect because of the delocalization. Then how to define conjugated effect? The delocalization of bonded pair of sigma electrons of alpha CH bond takes place to the double bonded carbon atom of alkene or to the unshared p orbital or the vacant p orbital of carbocation or the free radical. So in the presence of or this type of delocalization takes place. So when it is directly attached, when an alkyl group is directly attached to the double bonded carbon or the unshared p orbital or the vacant p orbital of carbocation or the free radical. So this type of delocalization again develops complete charges on a molecule, and this phenomenon is called hyperconjugation effect. The complete delocalization of sigma bonded pair of sigma electrons of alpha CH bond takes place when an alkyl group is directly attached to the double bonded carbon or to the unshared p orbital. And remember, once the delocalization of the sigma electron takes place, hydrogen gets the positive charge and here is a carbon, and between these two there is no bond. Hence it is also called no bond resonance. It is also called no bond resonance. So it is also called no bond resonance because there is no bond between H plus and the carbon here. So in spite of absence of bond between H plus and the carbon, in spite of the absence of H plus bond between H plus and the carbon, this H plus is not free to move anywhere. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬಾಂಡ್ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಅಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಫ್ರೀ ಆಗಿ ಮೂವ್ ಆಗೋ ಹಾಗಿಲ್ಲ ಇದು. It is completely under the influence of pi electron cloud. It is completely under the control of pi electron cloud. This is not free to move anywhere, and hence hyperconjugative effect is also called what? No bond resonance. It is also called no bond resonance since it is given by Baker and Nathan. So this is also called Baker-Nathan effect. So it is also called Baker-Nathan effect because it is given by Baker and Nathan. It is also called Baker-Nathan effect, no bond resonance, hyperconjugation effect, or it is also called anchimeric assistance. It is also called anchimeric assistance. So this phenomenon is nothing but hyperconjugation effect. What is the consequence of this effect? It tells about the relative stability of alkenes, substituted alkenes. It tells about the relative stability of carbocation, carbanion, and also carbon free radical, and it tells about the ortho and para directing nature of the methyl group when it is attached to the benzene. So whenever the same methyl group is attached to the benzene ring, it indicates or it gives an ortho and para direction, or it gives a mixture of ortho and para disubstituted product. So in the next class, let us consider the applications of this hyperconjugation effect and the differences between the electronic effects. Okay, thank you.